AM 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Sherry Brown and Tom Lucas.
Good morning. Welcome to the on-air open house. Sherry, we have to get the show done quickly today.
Yes.
Yeah, because at 11 o'clock this morning, the PNE opens.
I know. It's already here.
It's here. My God, where's summer going, huh?
Where is summer going? And I think there's some amazing acts that are happening.
The fantastic
PNE.
acts, as usual, at the PNE. But
Yeah.
one of our favorite acts is back on the Radio Real Estate Show.
Yeah.
Bill Macklem is back.
Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back, I'll tell you that.
So you were in San Francisco?
Yes, in jail in Alcatraz.
I heard that, yeah.
I have pictures to prove it.
Yeah, you do. I saw those behind bars.
Behind bars.
They had you in mortgage
escaped.
jail.
I
You escaped from Alcatraz.
Escaped from Alcatraz.
So we want to thank you for those great reports from San Francisco.
It was fun to do. There was
Yeah.
some great areas. As we all know, I was in Sausalito as well as San Francisco and Half Moon Bay, which is directly west of San Mateo, which is where the airport is for San Francisco. But for us up here that don't travel down there, when you're in San Mateo and you're on the coast, which would be the coast of the peninsula, when you drive over the peninsula to the other side, you kind of go like, well, there's water on both sides of this sucker. But you don't actually get that feeling until you're actually there.
Really? So tonight you're traveling again. You're going to Winnipeg.
I'm going to go to Winnipeg.
And you won't have to worry about an ocean there, will you?
And hopefully no flooding.
No. Will you be back soon?
I'm going to be back Wednesday morning.
Because we'd like to take you down to the PNE and tie you to the front of the roller coaster. Just so you can experience what that's all
Are
about.
you looking for extra weight?
Yeah, absolutely. So Billy Mack is back. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. And in just a few moments, Bill will have this week's mortgage rate update.
And Bill will also answer your mortgage question of the week.
Later in the show, I'm going to be chatting about the current business and real estate economy that's going on in BC today.
For example?
Well, a number of jobs are being created. In Kitimat, there's a great story in Kitimat I want to talk to you about, but I'm not going to let you know too much about it just yet.
So what
But
you're
it's
saying is they
interesting.
have jobs in Kitimat?
They have jobs in Kitimat.
Could I get one without having to live there?
No.
Oh. All right. Finn Jensen, our Radio Real Estate Home Handyman, is away this weekend, but he promises to be back with us next Saturday.
And we'll be chatting with our special guests, Gus Gomes and Blair Lawrence of Exelon. Is that how I say it?
That's how you
Exelon
say it.
Garage Flooring, about how you can add value and usable space to your home by giving your garage a makeover.
I'll have to ask him why the name of the company is Exelon. Maybe it's short for excellent.
Yes, and
Well, we'll find
beautiful
out.
stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Exelon because it's whatever you're on is excellent.
That's a good idea, too. Well, we'll ask.
And Andrea Jacques of Keller Williams Elite Realty chats about real estate in the Tri-Cities.
And Doc Livingston, our RE/MAX results guy, is going to be on the show this morning chatting about seniors real estate. And Doc also says if you live in Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, or Port Moody and are looking to sell, he has buyers with cash who could pay up to $800,000 for your home.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we'll be giving away a couple of copies of Stay Out of Real Estate Jail, Your Lifeline to Real Estate by Barbara Bell Olson.
And the numbers to call when we do it will be 604-280-0650. You better mark these numbers down now, 604-280-0650. If it's a long-distance call, not to worry. We'll pay for that as well. And we'll also have the books mailed to you, whether you live in town or out of town. So that number, toll-free, is 1-877-280-0650. Later on the show this morning, as Sherry just said, we'll be giving away a couple of copies of Stay Out of Real Estate Jail, Your Lifeline to Real Estate by Barbara Bell Olson. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. The time now is 3.5 minutes after 10 o'clock. And time now for our weekly mortgage rate update with Bill Macklem, who is president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Bill, what's going on this week?
The rates are just great.
Yeah?
Yep, they really are. You've got your prime rate is somewhere floating around prime minus 0.6, which is your variable rate mortgage, which is can flow with what happens with the prime, which is tied into the Bank of Canada prime, which has some relationship to the economy. But as we all know, the economies are not in North America for sure, are not moving in any direct any upward motion. So we're not getting above that 2% inflation rate, which Americans and Canada are both watching very carefully. So the fixed rates are pretty much still much the same, 2.99 now, starting to get a little 2.89 there every once in a while. There's always specials. There's you can't port it, you can't pay it out, you can't do a lot of things. So there are some what they call no frills mortgages.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, it's more important to get the best rate as opposed to actually being able to pay down the mortgage or going bi-weekly or that type of thing.
It's kind of like getting cereal in the little yellow box.
Yes.
It's kind of generic.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
And don't try to call anybody because there's nobody there to answer
I
the
see.
questions.
Okay.
Well, this week's mortgage question comes from Arlene Cohen of Dunbar. Arlene would like to know if she can get out of her fixed rate mortgage early if she pays a penalty.
Well, that's a really good question. The answer is yes.
Good. Okay.
Yay,
Well, thanks,
okay,
Bill.
thank
Okay,
you.
moving right along.
So what you would do is that when you have a fixed rate mortgage, the fixed rate mortgage has a penalty attached to it, and it's always the interest rate differential, which means that if you are paying a 3.89 rate, for example, on an old 5-year, and you could get a 2.89 today, they will actually calculate that payout penalty. That payout penalty is going to be somewhere between $5,000 and $30,000, depending on the size of the mortgage and the length of the term that's left in the mortgage. So in some cases, if the property has risen in value, you can actually put that penalty into the new mortgage you're going to be taking out. So that's always interesting to know because you want to make sure that that can happen. And what you do is you do an extrapolation of the cost of that borrowing to make sure that if you do add that in, that you're actually going to make that saving over the next 10, 15, 30, 60 months, whatever that time frame might be. The other thing about interest rates that people don't really realize is that when rates are dropping or are coming down like they are right now, and if you are in a longer term mortgage and you should be looking at it, you should pay the payout penalty. You should pay the payout and get to the lowest of the low that you possibly can, because you always try to get down to as lowest interest rate as you possibly can to save the most amount of money. In a rising market, when the rates are starting to rise, you blend going upwards. So you're going to blend that great rate you have at 2.79, 2.89, 2.99, and you're going to blend that with your whatever rate is out there. So let's say, for example, that you did have a 2.89 or 2.99 5-year rate, and you're into about 2.5 years of your 5-year term, and rates have now gone from 2.89 to 3.89. So what most banks will allow you to do is that you can blend the 2.89 with a 3.89, which will be somewhere around 3.49 for another 5 years. So what you're doing is you're kind of discounting your renewal to have some safety as the market goes up, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And you could always get expert mortgage information online by visiting BillyMac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Bill, for that information. It's 7 minutes after 10 o'clock on the Radio Real Estate Show. Our Tri-City specialist, Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty, will join us now. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, Sherry.
Happy weekend. Are you heading up to the P&E at all in the next couple of weeks?
I definitely will be. There's lots of great performers coming. I'm excited.
Not only that, there's lots of great rides to go on, too.
You bet. Always fun.
You can eat hot dogs, you can eat cotton candy, you can go on the roller coaster and then throw up.
That doesn't sound like that much fun.
Well, that's what I used to do. I used to love it. Anyway, what's going on out there in the Tri-Cities this week?
It's been another great week in the Tri-Cities. Lots of buyers out taking advantage of the low interest rates. Today I'm featuring a spectacular luxury waterfront home in Belcarra, BC. This 5,000 square feet, 5-bedroom and 6-bathroom brand new contemporary home boasts an open concept floor plan, taking in the breathtaking ocean views and the finest finishings and a gentle slope rear backyard right down to the ocean. Located within steps to the Belcarra Bay Regional Park, offered at $3.68 million. Don't miss the Ultimate Car Show today, starting at 1 p.m., located at the Hard Rock Casino in Coquitlam. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
Whether you're buying or selling in the Tri-Cities, call Andrea Jacques at 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124. Or visit pgmre.com.
In the next segment of the Radio Real Estate Show, we'll chat with Gus Gomes and Blair Lawrence of Exelon Garage Flooring about increasing the value of your home and adding usable space by giving your garage a wee bit of a makeover.
And Doc Livingston of RE/MAX Results Realty joins us to discuss the seniors real estate market and says he has buyers who are willing to pay up to $800,000 for your home.
Let's put our homes on the market and call Doc, shall we?
I think so.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Sherry Brown of RE/MAX Performance Realty, Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, and our producer back again. We forgot to say that Dwayne is back with us.
Yeah.
Morning,
nice,
Dwayne.
Nice. Good morning, Dwayne. Dwayne Bishop is the guy's name, and you are listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hi, this is John Skender with the Skyway Development at 2699 Kingsway in the heart of Vancouver East. Our 12-story building is surrounded with a red brick exterior from top to bottom. We have hot water heat in all the units. We have extra large windows to show off those gorgeous views to the north and south. We also have transportation right outside our doorstep which means Vancouver downtown is just 15 minutes away. For more information, visit skywaytower.com. That's skywaytower.com.
Hi, this is Gus from Exelon Garage Flooring. Are you tired of oily, dusty, stained garage floors? We have the fix. It's a glue-down tile system that we cover with our revolutionary sealer that nothing penetrates. Oil, gas, tranny fluid, or tire stains wipe right off with just a wet rag. Turn your garage into another livable room in your home. For more information, visit exelonflooring.com. That's EXCELON flooring.com.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan, Vice President of Gold Team Management Services, providing hassle-free rental management since 1979. Gold Team only deals with individually owned residential rental properties. We have trained staff on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our personal on-site inspections help minimize the chance of illegal tenant activity or property damage. In other words, we're specialists in managing your rental house, townhouse, or apartment. That's all we do. Call 604-273-6801 for your free rental evaluation or visit goldteam.ca.
Jim Perkins, President and founder of Fair Trade Works.
More than a third of Canadians plan to renovate or build this year. How many do you think get fair market value for their work?
Fair Trade Works introduces third-party construction advocacy to ensure homeowners are guaranteed quality and ensuring fixed costs at fair market value.
Our consultation and tendering process is free. Don't build without talking to us first.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
An ideal location, an ideal investment, the fastest growing city in BC. Over 1,000 homes have already sold in Surrey's largest community. And you can own your piece of this urban paradise with Park Avenue West. I'm Grant Murray of Concord Pacific, and I personally invite you to experience true resort lifestyle living. 250 homes under $250,000. Park Avenue West, across from Holland Park, Surrey. parkavenueliving.ca.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem. In these busy and hectic times with family and business responsibilities, it is difficult to find the time to sit down with your mortgage broker and discuss all your mortgage options. I'm available to meet with you at your place of work, your home, our office, or at a place convenient for you. Please give me a call at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
Vancouver weather.
Well, it'll be mainly cloudy this morning with a 30% chance of showers. Now, after 12 noon, it should get better. It should clear up, and it should be a pretty decent day on the way. Now, how about tomorrow and Monday?
Tomorrow's looking pretty good. It's sunny with a high of 24, and on Monday it's sunny with a high of 24 as well.
And right now it is 18 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
AM 650.
Yeah, that's Weezer. Weezer. Not Geezer, but Weezer.
You find a song for everything.
Well, sometimes you have to look a little bit harder, but that sort of sets the thing for today, doesn't it?
In the garage, yeah.
I spent many hours in the garage, not by choice, because my mom and other people in my family said, go in the garage.
And lock the doors.
So here I am. And you know what? The garage floor is not the best.
No?
No, but we do know two guys that can change all that. First of all, we have Gus Gomes on the line and also Blair Lawrence. Gentlemen, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Morning.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Really good.
Really
good, thank you.
I was just saying that, years ago I got sent to the garage and it wasn't exactly the place to be. But now, if you guys were to come over to my house and fix up my garage floor, I wouldn't mind going out there.
You're right.
You've got a spectacular product. Why don't you tell us? I mean, we've heard the commercials, but tell us a little bit more about it.
All right. First of all, we got calls. We used to do paint on products, and every couple of years it would peel off because of the heat of the tires hitting the same spot all the time. Now we got a glue down tile, and we got a glue that holds up to 285 degrees, so it doesn't lift with the heat of the tires, and also a sealer that seals the floor and nothing sticks or penetrates to it, so it just virtually wipes off clean. So no more oil stains, no more concrete dust being tracked in and out of the house, and maintenance is literally just a wet rag.
Wow, that's pretty exciting stuff.
You know what I find as a realtor, number one thing I find is the garage is always the most unutilized place in the whole house, and it's usually never even used for cars.
storage mostly.
Storage mostly, yeah, you're right.
So I've seen your website and I've seen the product. It's absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I'm not a car girl and I'm not a garage girl, but I would like spending time in some of those garages.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys, you were telling me a story when we were having coffee one afternoon about a client you have that has actually turned his garage, after you guys have been over there and done your magic, turned it into sort of like a nightclub kind of affair.
Yeah, it's Carl out in Maple Ridge. He used to throw a lot of house parties and still does, and, you know, people tracking through his house and everything else, and we did a black and white checkerboard out there and put in some cabinets. I mean, it just looks fantastic, and what he does now is he opens up the garage door, sets up the buffet and the seats out in his driveway, and pumps in the music, and he's got his dance floor set up there.
Well, with your product from Exelon Garage Flooring, you can take that garage and make it into usable, livable space, and the investment is a great investment. It's probably one of the easiest or least expensive ways to improve your house.
Oh, for sure. We have one client downtown on the waterfront and gets quite a bit for rent. And, you know, like anything else downtown, everything's fairly small. And we put our product in his garage, and it basically just added another 440 square feet to his townhouse down there, because the customer could use it as a garage, office, whatever he choose at the time. And therefore, you know, turns a smaller space townhouse into a bigger space.
Do you have any other uses for this tile product? Can you go outside with it, or?
You can just cover concrete balconies and stuff like that. We do, and we have the sealer that goes on top is 100% UV protected, so it doesn't actually change colors or fade in the sun. So you can use it, but it has to be on concrete only, designed specifically for concrete.
So could you put a skim coat on top of a wooden platform deck and then do it?
Yeah, well, the wood expands and contracts too much, so we don't. It's designed specifically for concrete.
So if you had an outdoor concrete patio and I wanted to jazz it up as well, I could use your product there, right?
No problem. Yep.
That sounds good.
You can do it on basements as well. Then you can make your
basement floor, concrete floor, maybe.
Yeah, you could do basement floors. Any typical concrete you can do.
It's too bad you guys weren't around in the '60s, because my old man would go downstairs and once a year he'd paint the floor with this lousy gray paint. And then it would come off. But if we had your product, it would have stayed there for years, and I wouldn't have to help him paint the damn floor. That would have been
for many, 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 many years. Yeah.
It would still be there.
Now, we always think of the garage as being the guy's domain, but I would imagine there are a lot of women who listen to the show who come down and see you at home shows that like your product as well. They're the ones that make the final decision, are they?
Most of the time, yes. You know, the hot rod guy likes it, but the wife kind of controls things most of the time, not all the time. But what they like is, you know, like I said, it's always oil stained and the concrete dust, and it's always tracking back and forth in the house, and they love it that all those issues are gone. They don't have to worry about that anymore. They don't have to see that unsightly oil stains. And you know, you can clean and sweep concrete, you know, every day, but you're still going to get that concrete dust once it dries up. So that's all gone now.
Well, now, Gus and Blair, you have a wonderful product, and you were saying, too, that most of your customers are the baby boomers, right? Folks 45?
Yeah. Most of them are in that age, yeah.
45 and up?
That's right, 45 and up. We get some ones, you know, newer families getting into some of the townhouses and stuff like that, and they want to get it done. But I would say probably 85% is the baby boomers.
Now, how did you guys stumble across this great product?
Well, it was for years a trial and error, really. Like I said, we started with the paint-on products, and then we went to some other products that were made offshore, and not, you know, that it wasn't any good. It was good, but it was just anytime you're dealing with offshore, the things change. The sizes aren't the same. The shades, even though it's the same color, it comes differently, and it's hard to deal with somebody like that. So now the product's made locally. It's laser cut, so every tile is the exact same size. The color, dyes, all that. When we go to reorder, it's just any headache we did have is now gone. And, you know, over the past about 8 years, we just perfected things.
We've noticed on your website that you have the checkerboard pattern, the black and white. Now, if somebody doesn't like that idea, are there other options?
We have 70 colors altogether.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Lots of different colors?
70 colors altogether, so you can, any mix and match you want to do, or a solid. Lots of the ones that go down are a solid color, but you can match any type of home or color you'd like to.
So up to 70 different colors, so there's a big choice.
Yes, for sure.
Now, a big part of your job, too, I believe, would be education. Let's say you go over to a person's home. What are some of the questions they're asking you about this product? What do you run into every day? What kind of questions are they asking?
Is it waterproof? Yes, it is. Is it stain-proof? Yes, it is. How long does it last?
Forever.
10, 20 years for sure.
Is it expensive?
No, it's very inexpensive. It's actually the least expensive home renovation that you'll ever do.
And, of course, if you...
An average square foot cost is around $5.95 a square foot, all in, including labor, preparation of concrete, sealers, adhesive systems, everything.
So for $5.95 a square foot, you're going to certainly add value to the home.
Oh, absolutely. Adds 400 square feet livable space to your house. So it's an unbelievable investment.
So if you have this product put in your garage floor, then Sherry comes over and lists the house, you're going to get some more dough for the homeowner.
Oh, for sure.
And those men will really love that newly done
garage. The realtor
garage.
also spends a lot of time in the house, in the garage too, where they typically go, "That's the garage."
Yeah.
This way
exactly.
they go in and say, "Look at this," and so the house
Exactly.
actually feels better than the competitor you're selling against as well too.
Well, you know what? I was chatting with Gus and with Blair a couple of weeks ago, and I kind of, well, I felt naughty because I asked them if they would mind giving away a floor in the show, and they said they wouldn't mind at all.
Wow.
So starting next week, guys, we're going to run a little contest, right?
You got it.
Yeah, we're going to get people to phone in and tell us why they need a brand new garage floor. We want to hear your garage horror story. We want to hear just how ugly your current garage floor is. And then what we'll do is we'll collect all the names and the telephone numbers and email addresses, and then in a few weeks we'll have a draw. We'll get you guys to make the draw for us and then make one of our listeners a very happy camper, right?
Excellent.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Listen, in the meantime, if somebody wants to check out your website, where can they go?
ExcelonFlooring.com. EXCELON flooring.com.
All right, that's excelonflooring.com. And I noticed, too, that you have an 800 number if somebody would like to get some more information, so they can call in. It doesn't matter if it's the Lower Mainland or Vancouver Island or the Fraser Valley, right?
Yeah,
Anywhere they, yeah.
1-888-249-1838.
All right, that's 1-888-249-1838, 1-888-249-1838. And starting next week on the show, Bill and
No
Sherry.
charge free estimate anytime that somebody wants.
Well, what more do you want? I mean,
sounds
come on,
great.
people. Sounds good to me.
No kidding.
Next weekend, we're going to start taking those horror stories about garage floors, put your name into a draw, and then in a few weeks' time, we're going to have a draw, and we're going to award somebody a brand new Excelon floor.
Well, just doing little calculations here. If you had a 24 by 24 garage, that costs you at $6 a square foot, basically, I'm rounding up, is $3,500.
Now, where else are you going to get a deal like that?
Absolutely.
I don't know anything that you can do to upgrade your home with such minimal cost and make such a big impact.
And it's a total transformation. I mean, you take something that's really ugly and turn it into a diamond.
I'm just curious now. You guys come over, you put the floor in. When can I put the car back in there? If I decide to put the car back in there at all.
1 full day.
Later.
How
So
long?
the next day you can drive on.
Next day.
Wow.
That's
So
good.
for all those people who are using those garages for storage or to lock their cats up or dogs or, you know, who really, they could use that spot and it can look beautiful.
That's right. And speaking of cats and pets, this is the perfect situation for any pets because nothing penetrates, sticks to the floor, there's no odors. Once you clean whatever messes up, it's gone. It's like it never happened before.
What kind of mess did you have in mind? Don't answer that question. Well, guys, you know, I'm looking forward to the weeks coming down the road to have you guys on the show with us, but also I'm looking forward to some of the stories we're going to be getting next week to tell us about how ugly the garages are, and I know that you guys will be listening. You'll be taking notes, right?
That's right. The uglier, the better.
Sounds good to me. Now, your toll-free telephone number again is 1-888-249-1838. That's 1-888-249-1838. And if you want to get some more information online, go to excelonflooring.com, EXCELON flooring.com. Right, guys?
Excellent. Thank you.
Fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your day. You taking the day off, or you guys working again today?
No, I'm taking the kids to the P&E today.
Oh,
the peony.
Wow.
What's your favorite part of the P&E?
My favorite part of the P&E? I was going to say coming home, but I think the roller coasters, me and my boys have a great time on all the roller coasters.
See? Yeah, and I think it's probably the last wooden or one of the last wooden roller coasters in North America.
Yeah, it's a great ride.
All right, well, what we used to do was we used to eat a lot of cotton candy and hot dogs and drink a lot of pop, then go on the roller coaster, then throw up. So
I think that still happens quite
I think it still happens. Hey, Gus and Blair, thanks for being with us today, and we'll start our contest next week, and we're looking forward to some fun times.
Our pleasure. Thank you very much for having us.
Enjoy your weekend, you guys. Thanks for being with us.
You too. Bye-bye.
Gus is the National Sales Manager of Exelon Garage Flooring, and Blair is the Project Development Manager. A couple of nice guys. Their telephone number is 1-888-249-1838. That's 1-888-249-1838. And if you want to get some more information online, their website is excelonflooring.com. That's EXCELON flooring.com. And beginning next week on the Radio Real Estate Show, we're going to ask people to call in and give us their garage horror stories. You know, make something up if your garage isn't that bad. That's okay. How are we going to know, right?
Pictures, maybe.
Send some pictures. That'd be good on radio.
No kidding.
Well, actually,
we're on TV.
Yes, we
are on
yes,
Radio
we are.
Real Estate TV.
That's right. We can give them to Dwayne, and he can actually show them. So there's an idea.
That's very exciting.
So if you have some ugly pictures, you can send those to us, and we'll show them too. So yeah. So beginning next week, we'll give you an opportunity to win yourself an Exelon Garage Flooring. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's Radio Real Estate. Thanks, guys, for being with us. 26 minutes after 10 o'clock now is the time. And right now we have our Radio Real Estate Senior Specialist on the line. His name is Doc Livingston. So we'll say good morning to Doc. Hello there, Doc.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm all excited because, as you know, the PNE starts today, and it takes me back to my childhood.
Well, my wife just kind of informed me that we're probably going to take it in today.
Before you head out to the roller coaster, I think there's somebody listening to the show that you should say hello to.
Tom, I'd like to put out a special hello this morning to Renata. Renata heard me on the radio show a couple of times and had me out to have a look at her home. She's got a beautiful home out in North Delta, thinking about doing something real estate-wise. So we sat down, had a nice cup of coffee, and went through a bunch of things. It was terrific.
Well, hello to her, and thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for calling our good friend Doc.
Yeah.
Now, Doc, let's suppose there were some other people hearing you for the first time. Give me a thumbnail sketch of just who you are.
I'm a senior myself. I'm a registered senior specialist in the world of real estate. I work with seniors and their families, helping them with upsizing, downsizing, transitions, and moving into care facilities and all that good stuff.
You do deal with seniors. That is your area of expertise, but you also deal with first-time buyers, people moving up in the market. And as a matter of fact, you've got some people that are looking for homes right now that have money.
It seems like every home we sell right now, we've got 3 or 4 buyers looking for similar properties, and we're having a bit of a challenge finding some really nice homes. So we're looking for single-family homes up to the 800,000 range in Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, Port Moody area. Hopefully with suites, mortgage helpers. If you know anybody that's thinking of putting their home on the market, we'd sure love to talk to them.
Let's go back to the seniors for just a second, Doc, if you don't mind. Let's talk about downsizing, and where do we start? What does the family want to do with all my junk that I have?
Not much.
Well, that's true. You've seen my junk. Whoops.
It's probably the most daunting thing about transition is the fact, you know, you look at where you're going to and you look at everything that you've accumulated over the years and you think, my goodness, where do we start? The good news is we have help. Whoever's assisting you needs to know exactly where you're going, so you pretty well need to define that up front and kind of figure out what you're going to be able to take. Put in there your treasures and that priceless piece of furniture and Aunt Martha's chandelier and so on. But the rest of it's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go into that next week. Who wants my stuff? And where it's actually going to go isn't where you think it's going to go.
What Doc is saying here, I think, is get rid of the clutter. And you know what, Doc? I think this applies to more people than just the senior citizens. I think this really applies to everybody. And I think there's an old rule that says, look at your stuff. If it hasn't loved you back in 6 months, get rid of it. And we're not talking about your husband, ma'am.
Well, you know, Tom, one of the services we provide on all our listings is we have a couple of professional stagers that we work with, and we have them just come into their home and do a full consultation with them, just kind of go through it all and say, hey, look, these are the things that you need to do. If I had to do that, I wouldn't know where I'd start, but these people are professionals, and they know what we're doing, and that's a service that we provide.
Well, that sounds great. More information, of course, on Doc's website. Doc, you have a fantastic listing coming up very soon in the Burke Mountain area.
We do. It's a family home. It's on Greenbelt. It's about 300 feet across the Greenbelt to the other side to an elementary school. It's got a little creek in the back. It's just a fabulous spot. 5 bedrooms. It's never been suited, but it is suitable. There's potential for a 2-bedroom basement suite for somebody that wanted to do that. Whenever we get a hot property like this coming up, we get kind of a little pre-list, if you will, for sneak peeks. So if anybody out there is kind of thinking that something like that may be of interest to them, this home will be coming on the market probably in about 2 to 2.5 weeks. If you'd like to be one of the first people to see it, just let us know.
Now, next week on the show, we're going to continue our discussion on downsizing. It's time to move. Who wants my stuff?
That's it. Remember, do your family a favor. See your lawyer or notary this week. Make sure you have your power of attorney in place. Update or review your will. If you haven't looked at your will for 6 months, it's time to look at it again. And for anything to do with real estate, call me, Doc Livingston. I make house calls. This is Doc for Radio Real Estate.
And Doc, have a good time with the PNE today.
We will.
Get more information on the seniors real estate market by calling Doc at 604-787-7028. That's 604-787-7028. Or visit homehuntersbc.com. That's homehuntersbc.com. And remember, Doc makes house calls.
Yeah, he do. It's 10:30 on the Radio Real Estate Show. In our next segment, we'll be giving away a couple of copies of the book called Stay Out of Real Estate Jail, Your Lifeline to Real Estate by Barbara Bell Olson. You can call now. We'll take the calls right after the commercials. The telephone number is 604-280-0650. At 604-280-0650 or 1-877-280-0650. That's a toll-free number. Doesn't matter where you live. Barbara will mail you a copy. Don't even have to come down to the open house to pick it up.
You're kidding.
No.
We still have mail, eh?
Huh?
We still have mail.
Yeah. Be kind of hard to email this book.
No kidding.
It's a big book. 1-877-280-0650 or 604-280-0650. If you're into real estate at all or know somebody that is, or you know a real estate agent, it'd be a great book for them. So give us a call. We'll go to the phones in just a minute or so.
And I'll have this week's celebrity real estate gossip. Today I'm talking about Leona Helmsley. I don't know if you remember her a few years ago. I mean, she's gone now. But
she owned hotels, didn't she?
She owned hotels and had a little tax problem. And I'm talking about Faye Dunaway.
Did she have a son by the name of Hunter? Hunter?
First
Helmsley? No?
Helmsley? I don't know. I don't know.
1031.
Guitar player?
What's that?
The guitar player?
Yeah. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty, Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hi, this is John Skender with the Skyway Development at 2699 Kingsway in the heart of Vancouver East. Our 12-story building is surrounded with a red brick exterior from top to bottom. We are in the middle of the Norquay Community Plan, which means shopping, restaurants, and coffee shops that are on their way. We also have transportation right outside our doorstep, which means Vancouver downtown is just 15 minutes away. For more information, visit skywaytower.com. That's skywaytower.com.
Hi, this is Blair from Exelon Garage Flooring. Add value to your home by turning your garage into 400 square feet of usable space. We at Exelon Garage Flooring provide a turnkey solution to unsightly and damaged concrete. This is an easy-to-clean, one-time applied product and is the least expensive way to upgrade your home. For more information, visit excelonflooring.com. That's EXCELON flooring.com.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
There's a big difference between what contractors feel they should charge and the real price of labor and materials. We're proud to introduce a new system to drive quality, promote transparency in housing costs, and save you money.
Fair Trade Works' new system provides wholesale pricing on materials and pre-vetted labor, access to budgeted designers, and more. Details at fairtradeworks.biz.
We deliver on quality, we deliver on price.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
Minutes away from Holland Park, Central City Mall, SFU, and Surrey Memorial Hospital sits Park Avenue West. True resort lifestyle living and an ideal investment with 250 homes under $250,000. I'm Grant Murray of Concord Pacific, and I'm proud to invite you to see just how amazing Park Avenue West is. Community living has been elevated to a new standard in the fastest growing city in BC, Surrey's Park Avenue West. Only steps from King George Station, parkavenueliving.ca.
Hi, this is Bill Macklin of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Over the past 25 years, I have found most home purchasers do not use a mortgage broker. We are a no-charge professional who have assisted over 5,000 home buyers finance their home. The exciting part is these same home buyers come back to us for refinancing, buying their next property, or lowering their current payments. Call us at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
This is CISL Vancouver. All-time favorites. AM 650.
AM 650.
Call up the studio. Our telephone number is 604-280-0650. That's 604-280-0650. If it's a long-distance call, it's a toll-free call. We'll pay for it. 1-877-280-0650. Doesn't matter where you live. If you're into real estate or know somebody that is, or perhaps is a realtor in your family,
that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, give us a call. 1-877-280-0650. The book was written by Barbara Bell Olson. She is a managing broker for Royal LePage Westside up there in Kerrisdale. You've been to a few of her seminars, haven't you?
I have. I've taken her course, actually. I believe it was called Stay Out of Real Estate Jail, and it was fantastic. It was at the board, and it was a few days of learning all the ins and outs of contract writing, and writing enforceable contracts is what it was called.
She knows her stuff.
She does know her stuff, and actually it was extremely helpful. I think it's something every realtor should know well before they start writing contracts.
Yeah, it would help, yeah.
But it really did help with learning some things that maybe you forget along the way. So.
And I think the good thing, too, about this book is also, even if you're not a realtor, if you're just interested in real estate, or perhaps maybe you plan on buying or selling a home, it's good for you to know, too, what's going on.
It is really good. I mean, this is a $500,000 or more purchase that you're making, and it's a great read to know, okay, what contract am I going to be looking at? And, and is my realtor, do they know what they're doing? That's also good to know.
Our telephone number is 604-280-0650. That's in town, 604-280-0650. Out of the local dialing area, it's 1-877-280-0650. That's a toll-free call, by the way, 1-877-280-0650. We have Josephine on line 1. Josephine, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm listening to your program every Saturday, but now I'm sitting in the road.
Well, at least you're listening. That's the important thing. Now, are you? Let me ask you: are you going to go to the P&E this year?
Yeah, next week.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you get there?
I don't know yet.
Gonna walk around.
Eat the mini donuts.
Mini donuts.
Oh, everybody loves those mini donuts.
We have to bring them back to the office for all the girls in the office.
Well, I'll tell you, Josephine, Bill is looking for someone to go on the roller coaster with him. Maybe Bill could meet you down there by the roller coaster and take you for a little ride, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no, I don't want to. I died. I don't like the height.
So, Bill, you're on your own.
I can see that.
Josephine's a smart lady. She doesn't want to go with you, especially on the roller coaster. But for those little mini donuts, maybe, eh?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Josephine, are you interested in real estate?
I did. I have one 2 condominium that I rented it out.
Oh, you did? It's good for you. Yeah. So you're making some passive income there. Way to go. Well, we've got a great book for you, Josephine. It's called Stay Out of Real Estate. It's your lifeline to real estate information. It's written by
I'm interested.
Yeah, her name is Barbara Bell Olson. And what we're going to do is we're going to get all the information, make sure that Dwayne, our producer, gets all your information. And we'll have Barbara to actually mail you a copy so you don't have to worry about coming down to the radio station. You don't have to worry about going to the real estate office. You just stay home, except for the day when you're at the P&E, and we'll have Barbara ship it over to you. How's that?
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for calling in. We appreciate that, Josephine. You enjoy your weekend and have fun at the P&E when you go, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Stay on the line and make sure Dwayne gets all your information.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So we have another copy of the book to give away. If you have a moment and you want to give us a call, it's a free book. Very informative book as well. And our telephone number is 604-280-0650, 604-280-0650. And if you're out of the local dialing area, it's 1-877-280-0650. That's 1-877-280-0650. One more book to give away, so if you call in, we'll put you on the radio right after we listen to Sherry Brown. And we have our celebrity real estate gossip report for the week, right, Sherry?
We do. Thank you, Tom. After a very taxing history, the Greenwich, Connecticut summer home, where hotelier Leona Helmsley died in 2007, is back on the market. The new list price from the owners who bought the Helmsley estate is $65 million. The completely renovated mansion was at the center of the tax evasion scheme that landed Helmsley in jail in the 1990s, leading Helmsley to be infamously dubbed the Queen of Mean, as she was quoted as saying that only the little people pay taxes. They do. Little people pay taxes.
The little people pay taxes, yeah.
Hopefully you pay your taxes, but and Faye Dunaway has moved into a smaller home and is ready to part with her West Hollywood property to entice buyers to the $1.75 million duplex. The Academy and Emmy-winning award actress has fixed up the place with many mementos from her illustrious career. And some of these items are also for sale. So that is your celebrity real estate gossip today.
And if you'd like to get more celebrity real estate info online, just go to our website, which is RadioRealEstateShow.ca.
That's right.
And on the homepage there, you just click and then you get it, right?
You just click and you can get it.
I like that.
And then you can tweet it, you can Facebook it.
Hey, and by the way, you can get us on Facebook too, eh?
Yes, you
can.
can.
How do you do that?
You know, in fact, stay tuned for our Facebook page because we will have more information about this amazing contest that we have starting next week.
We're giving away a garage floor.
We're giving away a garage floor, and so you can take a look at our Radio Real Estate Show .ca website, or you can find us on Facebook at Radio Real Estate Show Facebook page.
Sounds good. Should we go back to the phone line? Yeah, okay. Our chief producer says we have Sam on the line. Sam, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the Radio Real Estate Show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you with us. What are you doing this weekend, Sam?
Well, I'm going to be doing some work for my study. I'm working on my doctorate, and my dissertation topic is about green home, and I've been listening to your information there about the construction and renovation and all that.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Sam, we've got a great book for you. It's called Stay Out of Real Estate Jail. It's your lifeline to real estate. It's by Barbara Bell Olson. And if you'll be good enough to stay on the line and make sure that Dwayne gets all your contact information, we'll have Barbara actually mail you a copy of the book so you don't have to come and visit us, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
Now, listen, I know you're studying, but are you going to go to the P&E this year?
I don't know yet. There's other destinations that I'm thinking about, like Okanagan.
I would be thinking about Disneyland or something too, but I'm with you. I'm down with that. I hear you. So, Sam, listen, thank you. You're a good sport, and I appreciate your company on the Real Estate Show. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure, again, that our producer, Dwayne, gets all your information, and we'll have Barbara mail you a copy of the book, okay?
Okay, and keep up the good work. Great work, actually.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, and keep listening.
Okay.
All right, stay on the line. Thank you. It's 10:41. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. And I think we have something coming up in the next segment of the program, don't we?
We do. In our next segment, Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, will discuss BC's economy and jobs, where we can find those jobs.
I'm going to pay close attention because you never know.
You never know.
In this business, you just never know.
I've been hearing things. So
Have you really?
Yeah, you should take notes.
You have some tips? I'm looking forward to that. Thanks, Bill. It's Tom Lucas. Good morning. Our co-host Sherry Brown is with us of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklin is back from San Francisco just before you head off to Winnipeg, Manitoba. Geez, you're a busy guy. How do you have time to be president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages?
Nobody else wanted it.
I see. Okay. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hi, this is John Skender with the Skyway Development at 2699 Kingsway in the heart of Vancouver East. Our 12-story building is surrounded with a red brick exterior from top to bottom. We have hot water heat in all the units. We have extra large windows to show off those gorgeous views to the north and south. We also have transportation right outside our doorstep, which means Vancouver downtown is just 15 minutes away. For more information, visit skywaytower.com. That's skywaytower.com.
Hi, this is Gus from Exelon Garage Flooring. Are you tired of oily, dusty, stained garage floors? We have the fix. It's a glue-down tile system that we cover with our revolutionary sealer that nothing penetrates. Oil, gas, tranny fluid, or tire stains wipe right off with just a wet rag. Turn your garage into another livable room in your home. For more information, visit exelonflooring.com. That's EXCELON flooring.com.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
More than a third of Canadians plan to renovate or build this year. How many do you think get fair market value for their work?
Fair Trade Works introduces third-party construction advocacy to ensure homeowners are guaranteed quality and ensuring fixed costs at fair market value.
Our consultation and tendering process is free. Don't build without talking to us first.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
It's Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show, and time now to welcome David Kaplan. David is the Vice President of Gold Team Management Services. We have him on the line. David, you've got a great property for us this morning.
We have a lovely townhouse just off 4th and McDonald. It's a 3-level, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse, granite counters, stainless steel appliances, comes with 2 parking spots, and the rent is $29.95.
Call 604-273-6801 or go to goldteam.ca.
Why rent something dated when you can own a new piece of urban living in BC's fastest growing city? I'm Grant Murray of Concord Pacific, and for what you're paying in rent, you could own at Park Avenue West in Surrey, an ideal location just minutes away from Holland Park, Central City Mall, SFU, and the Surrey Memorial Hospital, and an ideal investment with spectacular views and 1-bedrooms starting from $190,000. Surrey's Park Avenue West, only steps from King George Station, parkavenueliving.ca.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As a successful broker-owner, I have developed a team of mortgage professionals that support me and my clients. If you're confused with all the mortgage chatter of do's and don'ts, my mortgage team is ready to answer your questions to determine the best mortgage for you. Call 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
Vancouver weather.
It'll be mainly cloudy right up till lunchtime, and then a miracle is going to happen. The skies are going to part. Really? That's a different story, I'm thinking. And then the sun may come out, so it's going to be a pretty decent day. Tomorrow, though, and Monday, what's that like?
Well, tomorrow you will find the sun again with a high of 24, and on Monday it remains sunny with a high of 24.
Right now, we're working on some sunshine. It's 18 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
AM 650. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Yeah, gonna make this place your home.
I think Bill will have a handle on that, and he might have a part of making your place.
Well, I know he will, because what you should do, correct me if I'm wrong here, but go see your mortgage broker, get pre-approved, then call your real estate agent, and go look for a place.
That's right. It's simple.
It's pretty darn simple. It's not rocket science to me.
Well, if you're listening to the news this morning, they were talking about how if people are listing their homes, they'll have a showing on a Tuesday or a Thursday, and there's an offer in by the following Saturday. That's how fast homes are selling right now.
Well, like we were talking about those multiple offers a little earlier.
That's right.
Some homes are selling like $100,000 over asking price.
Absolutely. There's 20 to 25% increase in sales year over year.
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty substantial.
So if you're on the east side or Burnaby,
that's the place to be these days.
The place to be for single-family dwellings. Yeah, 100,000 over asking price.
We had John Skender on the phone a couple of weeks ago. John is a realtor with Sutton Center, and John lives in the East End. And we're talking about the East End. The East End is now quickly becoming the new West End, because people that are inheriting houses over on the west side of town are moving to the east side of town. And my God, I can't believe the area.
The changes that are occurring in Lower Mainland, if you get out and just drive around a little bit, get out of your normal zone that you're comfortable in, and drive a half an hour from where you are, any direction, and you'll see some substantial changes.
Yes.
I was in Richmond down in Steveston on Thursday seeing some clients. I thought I would just drive around through the town. You'd be amazed the changes in Richmond alone in terms of housing and commercial development. It's unbelievable.
New West is the same way.
Yeah.
It's, New West used to have a very bad rap, and now it's like this up-and-coming hip area. You've got the brewery district, you have all kinds of shops and restaurants, and it's beautiful waterfront. Where else are you going to get waterfront like that? Well, with
unless you live in Point Grey or something, or Riverview, yeah.
But it's a beautiful area, and it's really, people, it's really changed.
There's development and self-improvement, but improvement going on everywhere. Surrey Center's got some improvements going on down there.
Even down the Morgan Heights or Grandview Heights or Morgan Crossing, whatever you want to call that area. They got development going on down there.
Yeah.
I noticed that they're redoing the 192 and Highway 10 crossing there, the border between Langley and Surrey. They're redoing that intersection, getting that one done. They've got a new bridge going up on the Glover overpass on the east side of Langley.
Yeah.
They got that going. You got that happening. They're trying to widen Fraser Highway all the way out to Aldergrove. Aldergrove is getting a new water system in place. Like, they're going to expand it, so that's going to allow them to build higher than 2 stories, because they're going to have a dedicated water system from the rest of the GVRD. So like there are a lot of things happening that we are just not aware of. And that's what we're talking about today, is that
Yeah.
what's going on in our province. And
yeah, I was driving through the East End a couple of weeks ago, and I was looking at the homes there, and I thought I was in like Dunbar or Point Grey. It's just beautiful.
it's just changing.
Bill, we're glad you're back because we've got a special song to play for Bill Macklin. So it's 10:49. Here's a song for Billy.
Go on, take the money and run. Billy Mack is a detective down in Texas. You know he knows just exactly what the facts is.
Well, our Billy Mack is not a detective down in Texas. He's a mortgage broker up here in
But
British
he
Columbia.
was in Texas a
I
few
was in
months
Texas.
ago.
Yes, you were.
Galveston and
You see?
Houston.
Yeah. God, well, yeah, that's right. You were in Houston and Galveston, and then you were in San Francisco, and now you're going to Winnipeg.
Yes, there's a kind of a theme going on here.
What theme?
Well, first I went as far south as I could, and now it looks like I'm going to go as far north as I can.
My next question is, do you need someone to carry your bags? Because
no.
Joanna and I are available.
Absolutely.
You go for it. You go to Winnipeg.
I'll go for
I have extra bug spray for the mosquitoes. Because apparently this year there are some trophy mosquitoes available in Manitoba. You can actually get them stuffed and hung, and you can put them in a yeah, they're large.
So, Bill, what's going on? What's going on with our economy here?
Well, the things that we don't seem to get excited about in our area, and people I talk to at least, and we talk to a lot of people, is that like we don't seem to understand that there's a real thrust in the economy that's going on right now. For example, up in Kitimat, they have a cruise ship. This cruise ship, I believe they went through a retrofit of about $1.5 million to make it into a residential floating home for workers in the Kitimat area because there's not enough housing. Like, so you have that going on. You've got the two of the shopping centers that are in Kitimat, which are not in the best of condition. They were kind of starting to get a little tired, bought by local people here, the same people that bought the Empress. So we got that going on. So they're redeveloping one of the centers already. We have a couple clients that are actually building homes up there, up in Kitimat. So you've got that going on. So you've got that thrust of the economy. That's just a small piece of what's going on. There's 40,000 skilled and semi-skilled jobs in the Dawson Creek area that they can't fill. We've got clients right now that work with a number of companies here in the Lower Mainland that have obviously offices throughout the entire BC, who are actually getting a promotion in their job because the guys that are above them are going into the interior or going up north to make anywhere from 50 to 100% more than what they're making right now. So like there's a lot of that stuff going on. So what's happening is that people are coming to BC and we're trying to get all these jobs and we can't fulfill them all. They're talking right now that over the next 10 years there's going to be 450,000 new jobs created. We're going to have about 700,000 jobs that people are going to retire from. So you have a net of 1.2 million job openings that we can't fulfill. And we're not paying attention to this whatsoever. Like there's a need for skilled labor. There's a need for skilled people in our province. And 10 years isn't going to bring them up. If we put them through our school system today, we still don't have enough time to get them.
See, there's the key point. You said skilled labor, which I think this sounds good. All of a sudden, well, that leaves me out.
You need to have some good skills. Like Roberts Bank is a good example of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they have probably an opening for about 110 longshoremen, and they can't find that capability of those kind of people. I've got a client out of Ladner that works up in Fort Mac, and they put out an order for some steel workers throughout all the union halls, throughout all of North America and into Europe. They got one from Ireland. They got one from Mexico and two from Florida, and this is good dollars. They're being paid well. They're making $42 to $49. They're making that per hour. I mean, like, there's good jobs with good pay, and we can't find enough people.
And there's some people from the coast leaving to go up there to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people from our coast here that are leaving the province because it's too expensive. So you may make a good buck, but it's all going to taxes.
Exactly. We're probably one of the highest taxed jurisdictions in all of North America. Because
So what you're saying here then is if you do well in British Columbia, they're going to penalize you for doing well. Is that a way to sum it up?
No one's actually talked about the fact that there's 37 municipalities in the Lower Mainland.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you got that many municipalities that look after 2 million people, when you look at other jurisdictions that have cities who have 2 million people with one mayor, you look at that kind of jurisdiction, you kind of go like, well, we have all these costs that we have to pay taxes on.
You know, I keep saying to Bill, I haven't said it on the air, but I'm going to say it now. I keep saying to Bill Macklin, Bill, you know, you should do Billy's rant every week because you're never at a loss for words. You've got some great stuff to talk about.
He's always got something that's on his mind.
You always do.
Yes.
Now, if somebody would like to get some more information from Bill when he's not ranting, what should they do, Sherry?
They can always get expert mortgage information or any other information, I'm sure, online by visiting BillyMac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
We're going to take a quick break. Bill, you can answer your telephone. I see it flashing over there.
That's just my wake-up call.
It's probably your wife telling you to pick her some butter and eggs on the way home. 10:54 on the Radio Real Estate Show. In the next segment of our program, we'll be chatting with Sherry Brown about some of the great properties you have on the go, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do have some great properties. This is Sherry Brown of RE/MAX Performance Realty with Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Our producer back from Little Holiday Away, Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on AM 650.
Hi, this is John Skender with the Skyway Development at 2699 Kingsway in the heart of Vancouver East. Our 12-story building is surrounded with a red brick exterior from top to bottom. We're in the middle of the Norquay Community Plan, which means shopping, restaurants, and coffee shops that are on their way. We also have transportation right outside our doorstep, which means Vancouver downtown is just 15 minutes away. For more information, visit skywaytower.com. That's skywaytower.com.
Hi, this is Blair from Exelon Garage Flooring. Add value to your home by turning your garage into 400 square feet of usable space. We at Exelon Garage Flooring provide a turnkey solution to unsightly and damaged concrete. This is an easy-to-clean, one-time applied product and is the least expensive way to upgrade your home. For more information, visit excelonflooring.com. That's EXCELON flooring.com.
Jim Perkins, president and founder of Fair Trade Works.
There's a big difference between what contractors feel they should charge and the real price of labour and materials. We're proud to introduce a new system to drive quality, promote transparency in housing costs, and save you money.
Fair Trade Works' new system provides wholesale pricing on materials and pre-vetted labor, access to budgeted designers, and more. Details at fairtradeworks.biz.
We deliver on quality, we deliver on price.
Find out more at fairtradeworks.biz. fairtradeworks.biz.
An ideal location, an ideal investment, the fastest growing city in BC. Over 1,000 homes have already sold in Surrey's largest community. And you can own your piece of this urban paradise with Park Avenue West. I'm Grant Murray of Concord Pacific, and I personally invite you to experience true resort lifestyle living. 250 homes under $250,000. Park Avenue West, across from Holland Park, Surrey. parkavenueliving.ca.
Hi, this is Bill Macklin from Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Most people need advice on mortgage financing. We provide personal financial advice with no vested interest and at no cost. We're compensated by the lenders. We'll review your current financial situation to determine if you are ready to purchase. If not, we'll help develop a plan to put home ownership in your future. For more information, call 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
AM 650.
This old house is getting shaky, boys. This old house is getting old. This old house flips in the rain now, and this house flips in the cold.
It's 10:57 on the Radio Real Estate Show. Finn Jensen, our home handy guy, is away this week, but he's back next week.
Fall is coming. If you have any plumbing or heating work that needs to be done, call Finn Jensen at 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740. We
could have used Finn in here today. A little chilly in the studio, isn't it?
I've been really chilly
Well,
and
you got
cold
two sweaters
today.
on you. Holy cow.
It's the weather really took a turn this week. It's like it's either muggy or rainy or sunny. You just don't know what
It's like
to wear.
San Francisco.
Whenever,
This is my problem.
Whenever the P&E starts, it starts to rain. I don't get it.
It does.
Something
It's
in the air.
a tradition.
Something in the air. There's a song, too. It's 10:57 on the Radio Real Estate Show, and starting next weekend on the program, we've got a great contest coming up. We're going to help one of our listeners with a garage. We have an Exelon garage flooring repair job for your house. If you have a garage, what we want you to do is to call us next week on the show and tell us just how bad your garage is, why you think you would need a new floor, and then we'll pass the winner's name along to our friends over at Exelon Flooring, and then in a few weeks' time, we'll make a little draw and award one happy listener a great garage floor.
That'd be cool.
I think this is the biggest contest we've had.
I think so.
In a very long time,
Yeah.
yes. So that's fantastic. And we'll be posting information about that on our Facebook page as well.
We will. Interesting. And we'll even tweet about it.
Yes.
Really?
And I'm going to pay the other guys here at the radio station some money so they'll even talk about it on the show during the week.
Big money?
No, just some money. It's 10:58. Before we go now, Sherry is working this weekend. You're not going to the P&E today, maybe next week one day, but today you've got some listings to take care of.
I do. You know what? I have a fantastic listing. I have a couple of great fantastic listings, but this one in particular is a townhouse that's almost 2,000 square feet, and we've lowered the price. It's $376. This is priced to sell. It's only 6 years old, this townhouse. It's 7518 138th Street in Newton. It's unit number 55. It's got a double side-by-side garage, so not one of those tandem ones where you have to park and make arrangements who's leaving first. This is a side-by-side, full-size garage. It would be perfect for one of those floors. It would look great.
Absolutely.
And it's got a lot of space. It's got 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a rec room downstairs. And it backs on to kind of a real quiet area. So it's extremely private in the back and beautiful. So $376.9. We've just lowered the price. There's 2 other units in there, and this is the lowest price.
Well, you just brought up a good point. Maybe what you could do is have your buyer call us on the show next week and tell us why they need a new garage floor. They might win the contest. Gus and Blair will go over, put the floor, and then you can jack the price up a little bit.
Exactly.
Or get it sold. Or get it sold. Absolutely.
I really want to get it sold.
All right.
And I have another townhouse very quickly here, 3-bedroom in North Delta. It's $215,000. Yeah, it's 3 bedrooms on 1 level, and it's near 90th and Scott, close to everything. So $215,000, you can't beat that. And I've got both of these on my website at sherrybrown.ca. That's SHERI Brown.ca. Or you can call me directly at 604-970-6789. That's 604-970-6789.
Our house in the middle of our street.
Don't you find that amazing? The singers know after you give your phone number, Sherry, that they're supposed to sing the song.
They do.
It's
They're
amazing.
standing by.
It's amazing how that works out. So next week on the show, we want you to call in with your garage horror stories. We'll put your name into the draw, and you could be winning yourself a wonderful brand new garage floor, courtesy of Exelon Garage Flooring.
Yes, you can.
That'll be fun.
It'll be great.
So, Bill, you're going to do some work today, then you're off to Winnipeg, then you're back again.
Clients coming in the office this afternoon.
Oh, jeez.
Then I'm blasting off tonight around 7 o'clock.
And then you're back next week. You'll be on the show next week?
Back next week.
All right. And Sherry, you've got some listings to take care of today?
I do. I have to go work.
What about you there, Dwayne? What are you doing after the show? You don't know.
Going to watch a replay of the Seahawks game from last night.
I see. Okay. Well, your phone's still flashing. Go answer the phone. That's it for Radio Real Estate. More great programs coming up on AM 650, and I'll talk to you on Monday afternoon. Play the tunes you want to hear at 2 o'clock. It's Tom Lucas for Bill and Sherry and Dwayne saying thank you, bye.